Unfiltered Finance is introducing you to our experts, who they are,
I don't really do much other than watch crime shows, documentaries, and trade the markets. That's pretty much my life.
and what they've done.
I was managing money for one of the top 10 families in the world.
Meet Roger Scott, a top Wall Street trader with a 94.2% win rate, who wants to pay that knowledge forward.
But I wanted to do something, and I wanted to give back, and I wanted to actually train people to think about the markets like I do. And that's how I got into the education business.
Roger Scott, welcome so much. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, as one of our experts, for folks who may not necessarily know much about you, kind of what's your story? How did you get into the world of finance?
It's actually a very, very interesting story. I had no idea about the stock market. I started, my family was a very blue collar family. My dad had an auto shop. My mom was a facialist. Didn't know a thing about stock market. And about a month and a half before I was applying to law school, a friend of mine, this is back in the early 90s, early 90s, right before the internet became popular. He said, "Hey, come with me to Vegas. We'll spend the weekend together. We'll have fun. And I have to open up a brokerage account there." And during the drive, he started telling me all about how to, like you buy this stock, you sell this stock. And I was sitting and listening to him, and I never heard this before. So I was just sitting there, and I was taking it all in, and I was like, "This is like the best thing I've ever heard in my life." I mean, and I was like, "Is this legal? Like, you could do this, and you're not gambling?" And he was like, "Yeah, this is all like this is what people do." And I was listening to it, and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." So by the time we got back, I kind of realized I really liked this, and I got into it. And the irony was, right when I decided that I wanted to do this for a living, I got accepted to law school. I ended up going to law school. I graduated with honors. I got my law degree, and I never practiced law. 6 months after I got out of law school, I opened up my brokerage. I started work. I worked for a broker for 6 months. Then I opened up my own broker firm, and then I opened up a couple of hedge funds. And then I got into other businesses while I was doing that. But I never intended for this.
That's quite the pivot. What made you want to get into the education, or how did you end up in education?
I'll tell you how I got into education. I was managing money for one of the top 10 families in the world. I was managing money for the Bronfman family. They were top 10 family in the world, and they were the richest family in Canada. And I was a private trader for them between the year 2000 and 2006. And we got into a real estate partnership. And what happened was, I'm not sure you're familiar. This was during the Me Too thing a couple of years back. This was all over, but you heard about billionaire girls getting into a cult, branding in private areas. Well, they got into that cult. That was them. They got into that NXIVM cult that was all over the news. They were funding NXIVM. I didn't know this. I had nothing to do with it. I was trading the money, but they were in a cult being brainwashed. And the cult leader brainwashed them into thinking that I was losing their money instead of him losing their money. And they got into a lawsuit. We got into a huge lawsuit over real estate. Nothing to do with trading, over real estate. And I was really crushed by it because I had a really long relationship with them. I thought they were going to destroy my life. So I said, you know what, I'm going to get back into something I know that I'm going to be good at, and I'm going to stick to what I'm really good at. 2 years after that, the cult leader was found guilty. He's doing 120 years in prison. And the senior Bronfman is now doing 8 years in prison. And it's the biggest social media story of our generation. I was managing money with some of the best traders in the world and some of the best financials. And then all of a sudden this happened to me. And again, in the end, it all came out the way it was supposed to, but it took 10 years. And so during that period of time, I didn't want to trade. I was too mentally fragile to trade, but I wanted to do something, and I wanted to give back, and I wanted to actually train people to think about the markets like I do. And that's how I got into the education business.
Everybody has the most circuitous route. It's one of the things I've learned as I've done all of these interviews. But you know, the stories lead you exactly to where you are, which is what I love. And now here you are. So how did you end up back into this world? And what kind of is your specialty?
Well, I ended up back into this world by really teaching people what I'm really good at, which is short-term trading, which is the kind of trading I did with my partners and in my fund. And I've been doing that, and I've been teaching folks that, and the feedback has just been amazing. I started out originally with my own company about 10 years, right about 10, 11 years ago, called Market Geeks. And that company morphed into a company called Wealth Press. And the Wealth Press company was bought out by a larger German company. And here we are now.
When it
Yeah.
comes to short-term trading, for folks who may not necessarily know what that is, and they think, oh, is this day trading? What is short-term trading, and what is this niche all about?
Short-term trading, day trading, or short-term trading. And when I use the word day trading or short-term trading, I'm typically talking about trades that last less than a week or two. We're not talking about being in and out every 15 seconds. We're talking about very short-term time frame, looking for short-term swing trading or day trading. We're looking for short-term swings when when I could see that institutional traders are doing something. I try to follow them along. The whole basis of what I do is trying to follow institutions. As us retail traders don't have much of an edge in the market these days because the markets are controlled by huge computerized algorithms. And it's very, very difficult to get an edge unless you're exploiting the market from a perspective of an institution. And for that, you need to have special tools, and you need to understand what they're looking for and what these algos are looking for. And if you could do that, you have a really good chance of beating the market, because then you're playing the same game that they're playing instead of playing completely opposite of them. And if you do,
Right.
they will take your money.
It's almost like instead of playing against them, you're on the same team.
You're basically, I'm the house. If you go to Las Vegas, the house has a very small edge, but they play so frequently that they're always making money. It's the same thing. If the difference between a retail trader and an institutional trader is one has a statistical edge and the other one is just shooting blanks. And the institutional trader is just like a sniper, just sitting there, just waiting to take your money. And it's actually really easy to take retail traders' money because retail traders behave the same way. So most folks who are really good traders usually are just they're like take me for example. I'm the most boring person in life. I do the same thing. I'm really consistent. I have no sense of surprise. It takes a very specific kind of personality to do what I do, and not everybody has it. Not everybody's interested in it, but there are a lot of people that are. And finally, what I think I did that was really great for this industry is I showed people that it's really possible to make consistent money in trading. Because a lot of folks, there's three kinds of people out there. There's the person who's extremely skeptical. I don't think this trading stuff works. I don't think that you can make any money. I don't think you can beat. That's the first kind of mentality. The second kind of mentality, I think it's possible, but I just don't have it in me. I don't know what it takes. It's possible, but I don't have what it takes. And the third kind is I could do this. And the thing that I've done, and I think I've done this quite a lot in the last couple of years, I've shown folks who have said, if you can't make up your mind that you can do this, you'll never be able to do this. I mean, people can't do anything difficult that they can't think that it's possible to do. People can't do something that they think is impossible. It's just really simple. But if a person thinks I could do it but can't, I show them that it is possible, and I show them every single day how it's possible. And I do it live every single day. I launched, just to give you an example, we have one program where I do live trades. And that program is now alive for 2 years and 2 months. And we've issued over 430 trades in there. It's called the Pit, Roger Scott's Pits. We have a 94.2% win rate in that program. Documented with timestamped. Every trade goes on Telegram with a timestamp. So no, I could have, should have, would have, everything with up to a minute. So most folks think that is just humanly not possible. 70% win rate is good. 65% win. When you start talking about high 70s, people get a little squirmish. When you talk 94, they're like, you're cheating. You're doing something wrong. No, it's possible. It's possible. It's doable. I do it every day. I show people how to do it every day. So what I think happened was after people saw that it was possible, it changed a lot of our clients. I started getting emails. Hey, I'm not making $2,000 a day. Now I'm making $30,000 a day. Now I'm making $50,000 a day. Now I'm making $300,000 a day. I get emails like that all the time now. Used to not happen before. So I think that was a major change.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are staggering. So for folks who'll be like, oh, but everyone says if it sounds too good to be true, or if it's a get rich quick scheme, it's not that. This is different than that. How is this different?
It's the hardest easy money you will ever make in your life. Okay. It's the hardest. If you think this is a get rich quick scheme, or if you think this is easy, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life times 10. Okay. So let's just start there. It's way harder than law school. Okay. It's like 10 times harder than law school. So it's not easy. It's not easy. The problem is this: most folks don't have the tools and they don't have the mental propensity for it. They have to be taught. First of all, 95% of everything they learn has to be untaught. It has to be completely untaught. Second of all, most folks have post-traumatic stress disorder from their previous trading experiences. And I'm not kidding. I'm deadly serious about that. Trading losses, when people lose money trading, money is very important to people. It goes deep into your subconscious. And then you start
Registers
getting
in your brain in the same place as pain.
It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same thing. Fear and greed. It's your hands start getting sweaty. The dopamine starts going down. It's like someone if you take a video of somebody trading and look at their facial expressions, you'll understand everything right there. It's amazing what people go through when they're trading. And I show that to people sometimes, and it's amazing. But people, the emotional part of it is 10 times harder than everything else. It's the most difficult free lunch you will ever get in your life. Okay.
What is it about the way you operate that sets you apart from other people who do short-term trading?
That's a great question. 99% of traders are reading information online or getting that information from other traders who are getting that information online. 99% of the stuff that's online for trading stocks was written 40 years ago for the commodity market and has absolutely no applicability in the stock market. Let me give you an example. You see, the industry is full of cynicism, skepticism, and bullshit. Excuse my French. It's very hard to get ahead when everybody's teaching you something that doesn't work. That's the problem. Let me give you a really good example, okay? The Bible of our industry is called Technical Analysis, The Complete Guide to Technical Analysis by John Murphy. The book was written 50 years ago, okay? That book originally was called Technical Analysis for the Futures Market. And John Murphy never rewrote it. He just changed the title of it. So here you are reading this 500-page book like this, and you think you're reading about how to trade stocks. John Murphy never traded stocks. He was a commodity analyst. He never traded. He never took credit, never said he traded. So you're reading a book about how to trade stocks from somebody who wrote a book 50 years ago about the commodity market. Do you think you're going to get an edge there? Remember, you're competing against people. For every winner, there's a loser. For every winner, there's a loser. So you do it by completely avoiding all the crap that's out there and actually testing things and seeing if they work in real time with real money. So before I launch anything, I usually do. So before I launched that program, the PID that I was telling you about, I opened the program live and I did 160 trades in my free Telegram channel. After I had a 96% win rate, I launched the program. And our real-time results are 94.2% win rate after 2 years. So that's how I do it.
So we've talked about Roger Scott, at the trading desk. Who are you outside of the market?
That's a great question. Well, I'm a father. I have 3 children. I have a son who's about to go to Australia. I call him a kangaroo doctor. He's about to start vet school there. I have a daughter who graduated, what's today? Today's Monday. She graduated on Saturday from FSU, summa cum laude. She's going to law school. She got 96th percentile on the LSAT. She killed me on the LSAT. She got 170 on the LSAT. The highest you can get is 180. So she's going to go to a really good law school. And then I have a 12-year-old daughter. Her name is Rachel, and I have no idea what she's going to do or what she's going to be. The jury's still open on that. So I have 3 kids. I have 4 dogs and 4 cats. I live right by the ocean here in Ponte Vedra Beach, and my wife runs a charity helping Ukrainians with this war and all these things that are going on. I'm big on family. I moved my entire family here to Florida when we moved from Los Angeles. I moved my parents. I moved my in-laws. We all live within a few miles of each other, and we love it here. And I'm a pretty boring person outside of the markets. I don't really do much other than watch crime shows, documentaries, and trade the markets. That's pretty much my life.
There's enough excitement before the closing bell, you know?
I get enough excitement, trust me.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, Roger, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. For anybody who wants to find you and learn more, where can they go?
They can go to thetradingpub.com, or they can email me directly, roger@rogerscott.com. I share the same email address. Everybody gets it. I get emails all day long from customers and friends, and feel free to go there. Or you can go and look us up on the Telegram channel. And we have over 6,600 people on my Telegram channel, and I post free information all day long. So either on Telegram or go to the Trading Pub or email me at rogerscott, or you can actually go to rogerscott.com and find me there as well.
Awesome, Roger. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for watching our video on Unfiltered Finance. I'm your host, Emily Turner. If you want any information on our experts and the folks we've interviewed, you can check the description below. Please like, subscribe, and share this video.